Hello, hello. Welcome, Autumn.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear and see me clearly?
Yes, I can now.
All right, perfect. I can hear and see you as well. Welcome to your immersion simulation. I'm Avery, and I'll be your guide for today. Now, Autumn, you've done other simulations with us before, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Well, welcome back. A lot of this information will sound familiar. We'll have the next 25 minutes total together to complete a scenario and then just briefly reflect on the experience. Did you get a chance to look over the details of this scenario ahead of time?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. And did any questions come up that I can answer for you before we
Um,
review together?
yeah, I do have one question. Are the
Okay.
students able to write?
For this group, yes, they are able to write. They're not able to show you what it is they're writing, but they can
Okay.
definitely verbally share with you.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. Great. So, yes, as you know, Autumn, in the simulation, you're the teacher of a sixth grade language arts English class, and are focused on teaching a brief but thorough vocabulary lesson. And your goal is to facilitate a multisensory instruction of a tier 2 vocab word, assessing and addressing gaps in understanding, and also to engage the students in a practice activity as a means to ensure comprehension. So, with that in mind, Autumn, which of the tier 2 vocab words will you be teaching today?
I will be teaching the word dehydrate.
Awesome. And what are some strategies that you think might be helpful throughout your lesson today?
Some strategies that might be helpful throughout my lesson are stopping to pause and ask questions and see if they can inference what the word means before
Mhm.
I tell them the actual definition.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So it sounds like really taking your time with introducing some of those new concepts, and also asking the students what their background information is, or what they think already coming into it before sharing the information. Yeah, great. Thank you for sharing that, Autumn. And how do you prefer that the students address you today?
Miss Emery.
All right, sounds good. And I just want to acknowledge, Autumn, it looks like there's a little bit of a lag. So in case that does happen, no worries. Looks like it does restore itself shortly after. So you're welcome to just continue if you're having any issues hearing us or seeing us, and feel free to pause the simulation, and I'll do my best to come back. Sometimes if it is frozen, it might be frozen for me too. So it
Oh,
might just delay the pause. So just a heads up there.
all right.
Great, thank you. And a few other logistics to remind you of. You are able to pause a simulation if needed. Just say the words pause simulation and then I'll come back and assist. And as a heads up, while our students are able to do a wide variety of movements and facial expressions, as you may know, some things can go beyond those capabilities. So if you ask them to do something they're not able to do, one of them will politely respond with saying that the principal says we can't do that, and that's just your cue to try a different tactic.
All right.
And they will have name tags on their desks. So you'll see from left to right, Mina, Will, Jayla, Emily, and then Carlos. Your lesson can take up to 20 minutes. After 20, I'll come back and we'll briefly check in. In case you finish before your 20 minutes allotted, feel free to just excuse the students to recess. Awesome. Any final questions before we get started?
No.
Alrighty. Well, in just a moment, you'll see everyone appear on your screen. Once you do, you can go ahead and get started, Autumn, and I will see you in about 20 minutes. Thank you so much.
Good morning.
Oh, hi, Miss Emery. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, that's a really pretty, like, is that a curtain? It's all blue and shiny. It looks like what, like,
Yeah.
royal people wear. Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. All right. So this morning,
Yeah.
our lesson is our vocab word dehydrate. But before that, I would like to quickly go over our objectives for our lesson. So, our objectives for today's lesson are define dehydration, describe ways to prevent dehydration, identify causes of dehydration, and answer questions using text evidence. So, before we get started, would anyone like to take a guess at what the word dehydrate means?
Hmm. Uh, maybe I know.
Okay, Carlos.
I just know that um my mom tells me to drink water or else I'll get dehydrated. So it has
Okay,
something to do with water.
very good. Yes, it does have something to do with water. Any other guesses?
Um, um, I is it something like I've heard of a something called like a dehydrator, but I don't know what that is. It sounds kind of fancy.
Okay, so that does have to do with what we're learning. So keep that in mind while I ask these questions, and then I will have you
Yeah.
write your answers down. So, for this question, what do you notice about fruit that has been left out in the sun? So go ahead and write that down and keep that in mind.
Oh, we write it down? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Does everybody have their answer written?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to start reading our passage here, and I want you to keep your answer in mind, and I will ask you about halfway through what your answer is to see if it lines up with what we're learning. Is everyone
Okay.
ready? All right.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
All right. What is dehydration? When it's hot outside and you've been sweating, you get thirsty. Why? Thirst can be a sign of dehydration. Dehydration means that your body doesn't have enough water in it to keep it working. A person gets water by drinking and eating. You lose water when you sweat and use the restroom or when you get sick. Our bodies need water to work properly. Usually you can make up for the water you lose, like when you come in from outside and have a long cool drink of water. If you don't replace the water in your body, you might start feeling sick. And if you go too long without water, you might start to become very ill and need to go to the hospital. All right. So, back to that question I
Okay.
asked. Yes? Um,
Um.
so,
Yeah.
about that question I asked, what did everyone answer? Yes, Mina?
So when fruit is left outside, it dries up.
Very good. Awesome. Any other answers?
Yeah. I put it gets all wrinkly.
Okay, that's a good answer. I like that. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
I also
Um,
put that it dries up.
Awesome. That is perfect. Spot on, you guys. Spot on. All right. So, my next question for you all is the article says that thirst can be a sign of dehydration. What does dehydration mean in that sentence?
Mm,
Yes, Mina?
that you don't have enough water in your body.
Very good. All right. And the next one is when the author says you lose water when you sweat or go to the restroom, what does that tell us about dehydration?
Mm, it's really easy to get dehydrated.
I
Yeah.
like that answer. All right, that's a good answer. All right, I'm going to continue reading and then I'll ask
Yeah.
another
We lose
question.
water because it. That's why we need to put more water because we're like we when we sweat it we lose it.
Yes, very good. All right, so Many times, kids get dehydrated when they're playing hard and having fun. Have you ever gotten really sweaty and red faced when you've been playing? This often happens when it's hot outside, but it can happen indoors as well. Kids get dehydrated if they're sick. If you have a stomach virus, you might throw up or sweat a lot. On top of that, you probably don't feel very much like eating or drinking. If you have a sore throat, you might find it hard to swallow food and drink. And if you have a fever, you can lose fluids because water evaporates from your skin in an attempt to cool your body down. That's why your mom or your dad tells you to drink a lot of water when you're sick.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you guys to write your answer, and then we'll come back to it at the end. All right.
Okay.
So the text says kids get dehydrated when they're playing hard. What is causing the dehydration in that part?
Okay.
All right. Everybody got their answer down?
Yeah.
All right. Now, our next section says being thirsty is the top clue of being dehydrated. Here are some other signs that a person might be dehydrated: feeling lightheaded or dizzy, tired, or dry lips and mouth. Another sign of dehydration is not using the restroom as much. Um, and if you do get dehydrated, you should go see a doctor because it could be very serious. A way to prevent dehydration is to drink water before, during, and after you play, especially if it's hot outside. So, that question I just asked you, what did you all answer?
Uh, I put cause I sweat and then yeah, I lose water.
All right, good. So, our next part here is I'm going to go over our word, which is dehydrate. And would anyone like to take a guess at the part of speech that our word is?
Oh, I can.
All right, Carlos, what's your answer?
I believe it is a verb.
Very good, it is a verb. Awesome. All right. Our word dehydrate, it means to lose water. So, like I asked with the plant, what or the fruit, what would happen if you left it outside in the sun? Well, it dehydrates, so it loses its water. Um, our prefix in our word is de, and de means to remove something. And our suffix is hydrate, which means water. And our syllables are dehydrate, so it's got 3 syllables. Any questions?
Um, what's a syllable again?
Okay, so a syllable is how you sound out the word. So, like, for example, if I sit here and I clap it out, so I'll clap it and you guys can listen. Dehydrate. See how I clap 3 times?
Yeah.
That's how many syllables are in the word. That's how you break it apart to spell it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to ask you some questions and I will have you write them down and then we'll go over them together because I will write my own answers. But our first question is, what is dehydration?
Okay.
also have a cat. Her name is Miss Hannigan.
Oh, cute. That
Yeah.
is my cat Charlie in the background. He's just meowing today.
Oh, Charlie. Yeah, he has a lot of things to say.
Yep. All right. Did everyone answer their question?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyone want to share first?
Uh. Okay. What? Um. Wait. What was? It's because like, well, the question was what happens when I get dehydrated, right?
Yes. The question was, what is dehydration? That also is the same thing. So
Oh,
you
okay. Yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah. Um,
So
I put when I get thirsty
okay.
and my lips get dry.
I like that answer. That's really good. Anybody else?
Yes. I put when my body loses water.
Awesome. Anybody else?
I put when I start feeling really dry.
Awesome. And then I'll show my answer. And my answer was dehydration is when you lose water. So, awesome answers, everyone. I like that. All
Yeah.
right. So, I'm going to show you a couple pictures here, and then I'm going to have you write down something. But let's start with our graphic organizer here of our word. So, this, of course, is the dehydrated fruit, which is what I asked you about in the beginning. And our word means to lose water or have water removed. Our part of speech, like Carlos said, is a verb. Our prefix is de, which means to remove. And a sentence is if you don't drink enough water, you can dehydrate. So, knowing that, what are some synonyms for dehydrate?
Mm,
Yes, Jayla?
Well, cause we kind of been saying it a lot, but like drying up.
Yes, awesome. That is exactly it. So, now I'm going to show you just a few pictures, and I want you to tell me whether something is either dehydrated or not. What about this plant? Let me see. Does it look
Uh-oh.
dehydrated?
Oh no. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, that plant is dehydrated. It definitely needs some water. How about this beef jerky?
Yes, that also looks dry.
Yeah.
Yes, it is dehydrated. Let's see. Back to our fruit here. Would you say that's dehydrated?
Um, it's kind of hard to tell, but yes, that looks dehydrated too.
Very good. That is dehydrated. Awesome. All right. So our last thing I'm going to have you guys do here is I want you to write in your own words, what does dehydration mean and how would you explain it?
Okay. And Miss Emery, just so you know, recess is in 5 minutes.
All right. I will wrap this up once we
Okay.
finish that.
So, what was the question again?
So the question is explain dehydration in your own words. So basically, you're writing
Oh,
down
okay.
what dehydration means to you.
What it means to me. Okay. Hmm.
All right. Does everyone have their answer?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to very quickly go around the table. So we'll start with Mina. What is your answer?
Um, Dehydration means that I have to drink water so I don't feel sick.
Very good. Nice answer. Will?
Uh, that, when I skateboard, I need to drink water before and after I'm finished.
Very good. Jayla, your turn.
It means that dehydration to me means that I don't want to dry up like a raisin, so I'm gonna drink water.
Very good. Emily, your turn.
It means watering my plants so they don't get die.
Very good. Yes. Awesome. And finally, Carlos, what's your answer?
I put that um to that dehydration means water disappearing from like evaporating basically.
Awesome. Very good. Those are all correct. And I will add my own little sentence of my own. Uh, when my cat Charlie gets dehydrated, he meows for water. So, in order to keep him healthy, I have to give him water.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss you all for recess. Have fun.
All right, recess time. Thank you, Miss Emery. Bye, Miss
You're
Emery.
welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Autumn, welcome back. Congratulations on completing your simulation. How do you feel like it went overall?
I think it went really well this time, actually.
Awesome, awesome. Happy to hear that. Well, the next steps are that you'll get your link to the recording. Please submit it for assessment. It'll be evaluated according to the rubric, and then you'll get those results after the evaluation is complete. And if you do have any questions, your instructor's there for any further support.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Autumn. We'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll see you again soon.